Hi, it's Gail Bell from Parenting Power with,
Hi, I'm Julie Friedman Smith.
and this is our regular live video for whatever we want to talk about. So Julie and I always meet and once a week, and this week, well, it's March already, which is fun and exciting because spring is in the air.
Yes, it's coming.
It's coming. It always does.
It does.
It always does. So, and our theme for this month is time to connect, or hashtag real time. So again, we're still pushing that and encouraging, not pushing, but encouraging parents to be aware of when they are actually connecting in real life, eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder, no electronics time. So one of the things that we know is really, really important is dinner time or meal time. It doesn't have to be dinner, but meal time. And meal time is so much more for families than just eating.
It really is. We have a book that we'd love to share with you because we know that you all love reading books. The Family Dinner by Lori David. This is not a new book.
No.
But it is a great book, and we love it. And we love it because there's so much packed into this book. It's like a family dinner in itself because it's so comfy and cozy. There are recipes. There are phenomenal quotes. There's a ton of research. But not in a patronizing, put you down, make you feel bad kind of a way, I don't think. Do you?
Well, no, but it's
just facts.
They're facts.
There's some great facts.
So
and there's some kind of depressing facts at times as well.
Potentially.
Yeah. There's stuff to do with your family at the dinner table, like conversations to have. There's a list of different graces that you might choose to say. And there are lots of different people talking about the value of mealtime and memories that they have from their growing up in their families. So we love the book and we wanted to tell you about it.
In fact, we love this book so much that we each actually have our own copy. Usually we share books.
That's true. And we each use it regularly. Like, I know exactly where mine is at home. You knew exactly where yours was. Because there's always something for us to go back to and just a reminder or something. And one of the things that we really value is the research that's gone into this book of the importance of family dinner. Gail said something really spot on in our meeting today, which was, do you remember what it was?
No, I'm like searching my brain.
Dinner time is not just about eating.
No, it's not. It really isn't about eating. It's about connecting, and I like to say dinner time, and we are saying dinner time, but remember.
Well, it could be any of the, you could be sitting down and have breakfast together, or lunches, or snacks together, or whatever it might be.
So mealtime it's really about connecting one meal at a time.
Yes, very much so. And the beauty of it is they always keep coming. So if one of them doesn't go well, there's another one coming right along, and you can do better next time. You can have a better opportunity next time.
So it seems, or it appears often in some of our coaching, that dinner time has almost been, well, we don't have time for that. And what we just want to say is, please try to make time for dinner time, because, we're not saying every night at the exact same time, at 5:32 everyone sits down, but set some expectations around it. Maybe for yourself, we know that the average adult spends 2 hours more on internet than they did just a short time ago. But we do hear a lot, I don't have time to make dinner.
That's right.
We do hear that a lot. So it's like, in our full schedules, we try not to use the word busy at Parenting Power, but in our full schedules, one of the things that really has seemed to slip is dinner time as a family. And we know, based on these studies, well, Jules, go through some of the things that we know about.
Mealtime, having mealtime together on a regular basis has an effect on obesity. It decreases the chances of obesity. It decreases the chance of other eating disorders. It decreases the chance of depression. It decreases the chance of alcohol and drug abuse. It increases academic success. It increases connection, we know, and it increases language abilities, vocabulary, the ability to just be part of a conversation. And I think that's really one of the things to which you were speaking when you said dinner is more than just about eating, because it's really an opportunity, time after time after time, day after day, to practice conversation, sitting and waiting for somebody else to finish talking before you talk. the manners of passing something, the self-control of sitting and waiting for somebody else to be done, or being able to have a knife and a fork at the table and not be tapping it or poking someone with it. All of those things, we start when we first introduce our toddlers and our preschoolers to the dinner table, thinking, it's such hard work. And I think a lot of times people say, we just won't worry about it. We'll wait until they're old enough to do it. And then they get into the habit of eating in front of the television or eating in front of the computer, or
up in their room.
Yeah, teens taking their food to their room. They've got to study, or they need to do something on their own.
And in the moment, it might seem, it's just way easier. We don't have to deal with that. But we need to look at the long term. And as parents, we need to say what's important for our child's development. Remember, our responsibility is to develop them from the inside out. So what are we missing if we're not having family dinner? So how are we going to make this work in our family? When are we going to do it? What are the expectations? How are we going to stay consistent? We know if we don't stay consistent, it'll just slide again. And then they'll be up in their rooms or sitting in front of the television.
And when it does slide, because it slides for everybody, if there's a big hockey playoff situation, or the band, it's band festival in our house this past week, and so people have been running off to concerts and practices. There's nothing to stop you from saying, I don't like the way that went, and so what am I going to do differently to bring it back to what we truly want? So whether you have let it slide a little bit, maybe you haven't let it slide at all, but if you have let it slide, there's nothing to stop you from saying, as of today, or as of Monday, or whenever it is, we're starting again. And here are the key things that we're going to do. And whether it's once a week, or whether it's 5 times a week, whether it's mealtime, or whether in your family everybody gets together for breakfast because that's the one that time they can do it. Think about how you're going to connect with your kids at mealtime, and
know all the things you're giving them.
There's so much. There's so much value.
Yeah. Not just great food, but all the other things.
Right, and it doesn't have to be great food. That's the other thing that I just wanted to get in. We were discussing together, when did family dinners fall off the table? Like, when did they stop being a thing?
That's pretty good, actually.
Thanks, I like it. It just came to me. Because when we were growing up, it was a thing.
It still is.
It still is, but it was like everybody ate dinner as a family a lot of the time.
You'd never think of missing Sunday dinner.
Right.
Ever.
And so now, hockey practices might take you away, or a choir performance, or a this or a that, or I don't have time, and we'll get here and we'll go there. So what made it slide? And one of the things I was wondering about was it this pressure of, I have to make a really, really good meal. It has to be super healthy. I have to put the time in. If I can't do that, we'll forget about it. And what we would say is, if that's where you are, and if cooking isn't your greatest talent, providing the food is, as Gail said, the eating is just one part of it. So even if you're bringing in a meal, or even if you're eating, I don't know, whatever you're eating.
But also be aware of how you're using your time.
Yes, absolutely.
If you're sitting in front of the internet for 2 hours a day,
more than,
then know that you're using that as an excuse, and know that you're modeling that.
That's true.
We have to be accountable.
That's true. But the point is, you could bring in a dinner and still sit together and still have the connection and the conversation and the modeling of manners and all those other things. So
and plan a little. We tell our kids there's always enough time, right? We're telling our kids you just have to be a bit more planned. Well, maybe we do too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are our thoughts around mealtime.
It's a really good book.
Oh yeah, it is. It's so much fun to read. There's all sorts of good stuff. Anyway, we will check in with you next week. Have a great week.